All right, so let's get right into it. Today we're going to talk about something called Ganhwa Seon. It's this really unique form of Korean Zen meditation. And get this, the whole point isn't to calm you down. Not at all. The goal is to shake you up right to your core, to trigger a massive breakthrough. Zen master Subul just drops this on you right from the start. It is not your eyes that is seeing. Whoa. Okay, so if my eyes aren't doing the seeing, what is? That one idea completely messes with our basic sense of reality, and it really sets the stage for everything we're about to explore. So what's the whole point here? What problem are we even trying to solve? Well, the master calls it the mental wall. Just imagine a huge barrier that you've built brick by brick with every single thought, every idea, and every concept you've ever had. That wall is standing right between you and who you really are. And what's on the other side of that wall? Our original nature. Think of it as the core of your being, a state that was there before a single thought ever popped into your head. According to this teaching, we've all just kind of forgotten it because it's buried under all that nonstop mental chatter. Okay, but here's the tricky part, the paradox. Your first instinct is probably to fight those thoughts, right? To just force your mind to be quiet. But it turns out the more you push against them, the thicker and stronger that mental wall gets. Fighting it is actually counterproductive. So we clearly need a totally different strategy. And that is where Ganhwa Seon comes in. It is that different strategy. It's a type of meditation that isn't about gently chipping away at the wall. Nope, it's about building up enough power to absolutely smash right through it. And this chart makes the difference so clear. You know, most meditations you hear about are all about calming the mind. You observe your thoughts, usually with your eyes closed. Ganhwa Seon is basically the exact opposite. The goal is to shake the mind. The method isn't observation, it's generating intense doubt. And crucially, you have to keep your eyes open. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? The master's not interested in giving you some temporary peace and quiet. The whole point is a permanent fix, to literally pull out the root of what troubles you so it can't ever grow back. It's a really active, almost radical kind of inner work. So, how in the world do you shake the mind? Well, the main tool is something called a Hwadu. It's a meditative question. But here's the key. It's not a question you're supposed to ponder or philosophize about. It's a tool, like a crowbar, for prying open the mind. So, picture this. You just raise your hand. And then you ask, what's making me do this? That's the main question they give you. It sounds almost ridiculously simple, but its purpose is to force your attention to the very source of that action, to a place that exists before thought. Now, of course, your brain is going to jump in immediately with all the usual suspects. Oh, it's my mind, my body, myself. But in this practice, all of those are wrong. Why? Because they're just more concepts, more thoughts. They're just more bricks for that mental wall we're trying to tear down. And this might be the most counterintuitive part of the whole thing. The instruction is to look for the answer with everything you've got. But, and this is a huge but, you are not supposed to repeat the question in your head or try to figure it out logically. It's a pure, raw search for something you absolutely do not know. So if you're not supposed to be thinking, what are you doing? Well, this intense, non-intellectual search starts to create a kind of energy. And that energy is what powers the whole practice. It's called great doubt. Now, this is not the kind of doubt like, I doubt it's going to rain today. No, this is described as a real physical sensation. It's the feeling of pure frustration, of total I don't know-ness that builds up when you genuinely try to find an answer your intellect just can't touch. So here's how the process basically works. You pose the question, just once, then you look for that unknown answer with everything you've got. That effort starts to build up that physical sensation of doubt. And then, this is the final step, you shift all of your focus onto that sensation itself. That feeling becomes your one and only point of concentration. Master Subul uses these great analogies to describe the kind of effort this takes. He says it's like rowing a boat with all your might against a really strong current. The moment you stop to think, you're just swept away. Or it's like whipping a spinning top. It takes a ton of effort to get it going, but once it's spinning, you just need to keep it in motion. So why go through all this intense work? What's the end game? Well, the goal isn't just to feel a bit calmer or to adopt some new philosophy. The goal is awakening. It's a direct, personal, undeniable experience of your own original nature. At the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. You build up that physical energy of doubt until it becomes this incredibly concentrated force. And the whole point is to use that force like a battering ram to smash through that mental wall for good. And the shift is, well, it's total. Before the breakthrough, you can feel trapped, maybe even hopeless. But afterward, the feeling is one of absolute liberation, of freedom. You stop doubting and you start directly experiencing. The master couldn't be clearer about this. This is not a religion or a new belief system you're supposed to sign up for. It's an invitation. It's a call to have a direct, personal realization of the truth of who you are. And this awakening is described as a non-dual experience. What that means is the separation between you, the observer, and what you're looking at, it just dissolves. There's this amazing old quote from a mystic that puts it perfectly. The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me. In other words, you become that which you see. And that brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? We've talked about the how and the why of this really powerful practice, but the question itself, that remains. And it's not a question that can be answered with words. It's one that has to be lived. So I'll leave you with this. What is it that looks out through your eyes?